What's going on, guys? Zinx here, and for this video I've got a bit of a look at the weak auras add-on. Now I've done a couple user interface guides, but in them I've obviously listed weak auras as one of the add-ons I use, but I haven't gone in depth with it. Now the reason I haven't done that is because there's a lot you can do with weak auras, and instead of having to spread that information over multiple videos, I'd rather just put it in one video, and so that you can refer back to the weak auras video if you need info there. Now, with weak auras enabled, you type /WA in chat to open it up. Now you'll see that if you're familiar with power auras, this interface is a lot. In my opinion, it's a lot better than power auras. I like the way they introduce you to the different types of auras you can make. Now, obviously, you select a different aura depending on what you want to do. There are however, there's two group things that won't be making a specific aura. That will obviously be making, for example, a dynamic group is if you want a group of auras to work in a specific way. Now I have this for the Paladin main bar. Is that's the affinities bar that he made for these. It's a dynamic group, and the reason it's a dynamic group is because when you have the coding as when one goes on cooldown, it moves to the front, and then and so on, so forth, and then it moves back to its position and such. So there's an animation involved with dynamic groups. A group is just when you group several auras together and you can position them and configure them at the same time. Text will show lines of text, whatever. Icon will show a specific spell icon which you can identify. Progress bar, which I'll be using in a second, as well as normal textures. A normal texture is just a plain custom texture that pops up under a certain condition that you define, and a progress bar will be a timer. Progress texture as well, which is like the same. It's a texture that'll fill up or get colored basically on the progress of whatever you time. What I'm going to use to demonstrate this is just making holy power auras for my character. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say normal texture, because these aren't going to be progress textures or anything like that. I'll go into the progress bar just now, and I'm going to say HP 1, just for holy power 1, okay? Now the display, first I'm just going to change this to, excuse me, load on player name Zinx, player class, paladin, talent spec, retribution. Okay, now the reason I configured this first is because I'm going to be making one of each of these auras and copying it. So I don't want to, at the end, have to go to each one and change these settings. So, under trigger, it's a trigger status. Okay? Status is where you can select, just so you know, yeah, under triggers, you get different types of triggers for aura, custom event status, and then under each of these is another drop down which gives you more things. Now status is where you find things like action usable. This will be like when a spell's ready to be used, for example. Cooldown progress, cooldown progress. What I want is holy power. Yeah. Damn. Okay. Sorry. Alright, holy power unit player. I'm gonna tab on, I don't know why you need to double check holy power, for some reason it just does that. Okay, operator, I want this to be active when it is greater than or equal to 1 holy power. Okay, hide automatic, that's fine. Load display. I do not want the Eclipse Sun texture. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take I want a basic a very basic look. So icons, I could use a star. But I will have to. There is a way to change that to get rid of the. There we go. Make it a glow. I'll use the star. No, actually I won't. Actually I won't, because I want to do this. Well, actually I suppose I can. Okay, I'll use a star. Alright, I'm gonna color this just like that. I suppose it won't really work, but I'll do it anyway. What I want to do, this is the main thing is as long as you can see it properly. And I like to take certain icons and put a background behind them, like a darker background, so that they stick out a bit more. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. I'm actually gonna make sure the Y and X offset is 0. I'm going to keep that at 150, the Y offset. Alright. Okay. That's what I want. Now just to test this, if I exit weak auras, and I throw, first of all put my seal up, I throw a judgment down, there we go, the thing pops up when I have 1 holy power. Now, I will say WA again, because I'm going to take this, and I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm going to say HP 1, 2. There we go. But the trigger is going to be great. Operator, holy power greater than or equal to 2. Okay? Now, let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take holy power 1, the display, and I won't touch that yet. Actually, I just realized I won't touch that. I'm going to take holy power 1, 2, I'm going to duplicate that, and now it says 1, 2, 2. Now, I'm going to say trigger will be operator holy power greater than or equal to 3, and that's going to stay in place. Okay, what I'm going to do with number 2 is the display. I'm going to move the X offset. Okay, I'm going to make sure, sorry, I've got all of them enabled. The X offset is just over there, and number 1's X offset is just next to that one. In fact, I'll make this negative like 105. Negative 103. I just want to space them out. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate number 3 again. I'm going to say display. No, I'm wrong. Okay, I'm going to confirm that name. Display, the X offset is going to move a little bit to the right there. And the trigger is going to be, as you can guess, holy power 4. I'm going to duplicate this again. The trigger will be holy power 5. And I'm going to display and move it off to the right. Okay, make sure these are, you click the little eye to make sure they're in view in case you didn't know. I'm going to move the 5th one just to the side there. And 1 holy power, 2 holy power, 3 holy power, 4 holy power, 5 holy power, and when I spend them, there we go. Now I have a holy power indicator on my screen in view. Now what you can also do is, I'm going to use a different texture for these. I'm just going to delete these actually. I think I already clicked duplicate, my bad. I'm just going to delete these, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one. I'm going to use a different texture because I'm going to go into not words, PvP emblems. Emblems can work well. Oh wait, the first thing I'm going to do is take this off low because I don't want this on low. So on opaque. But the main thing is I don't want something with a background like that one has. So emblems can work. I'll use the circled cross for example. Opaque. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the size of that for a bit. I'm just gonna scale that down quite a bit. How this works is that it's gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do the exact same thing and copy these out. But what I'm first gonna do is make a new one, or a new texture. Close. I'm gonna call this BG for background one. Okay. And I'm gonna select the same. I could have just duplicated it actually. I'm gonna do that. Delete. I don't know why I did this. I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna say BG1. But the texture I'm gonna use is gonna be different. I'm gonna go to Power Auras Icons. There, this one. And I'm gonna make a background, but the color is gonna be dark. Or it's not. Okay. That was weird. No, I don't actually want to. Sorry, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move. There's no button to move it up. Okay, well it's there. Okay. Alright. Now the black background means I can see it. I can see it a little better. Alright, and now if because they're duplicated, they'll just pop up like that. And I can see that just a little better than glows that have transparency to them. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy these out. In fact, I'm gonna do this. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna group them up. What am I doing? I haven't made a group. I'm gonna group them up and say, I don't know, just group 1. Okay. I'm gonna say move into this group, move into that group. Now they are the same. Okay. There we go, sorry. Make sure. As it goes, the one on the bottom is actually the one like on top on the on your screen. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate. No, I can't. Okay, so I can't actually do that. Well, this is gonna stay as a group, so I'm just gonna do that, and I'm gonna duplicate that, and duplicate that. The trigger is gonna be 2 for this, and not 12, 2 for that. And I'm gonna move these X offset, just like that. Duplicate it again. Trigger is gonna be 3, okay. X offset, fuck's sakes. So I'm trying to work out what is the. This gets really annoying to move. Oh, what am I doing? I'm going the wrong way. 15. Yeah, okay, whatever. That's fine. I'm gonna duplicate that again. Trigger is gonna be 4 holy power. Make sure it's in view. Display. I'm gonna move it off to the right. Duplicate it again. Trigger is gonna be 5 holy power. From the name display, move it off to the right. Okay, 75. There we go. Okay. No, I've changed the trigger for this one. So I'm just gonna move this. I'm gonna match them. So the offset, X offset is -60, so I'm gonna match this at say -60. And duplicate this. Trigger 3 holy power. What's the third one here? -15. -15. Duplicate it again. And so on and so forth until you fix this. Okay, so now I've done that. I have them laid out. I'm going to rename this group to Holy Power. Okay, and now this group, this one group, is the entirety of my Holy Power. What I can do now is I can move all of these wherever I so choose. So I'm going to move them just there. Okay. Alrighty. I believe there was some thing about trying to change the group scale together, but yeah. Try and make sure that you have these the size you want them to be before grouping them up. Okay. So now I have these working as intended. Alright. Now the next step is my Inquisition. Okay, this is where a progress bar comes in. Okay, so I have a bar put up on my screen. Inquisiton. That's how you spell it now. Alright, these instructions are fairly straightforward because you can get the instructions from hovering over them. Okay, you have left text and right text that you can set in this bar, and they're done by percentage codes. But you can select rain time precision. The icon side. I am not going to have an icon, so I'm going to uncheck icon at the top left over here. I can forget about the icon to be displayed. The left I am not going to have, so I don't want the name there for Inquisition, so I'm going to say %C for custom. That means it's going to have nothing unless I update it to whatever I want. The right text is going to be progress, but I don't actually want that. I think I'm going to make the right C, and I'm going to take the left text and make that %P to give the time. And I'm going to go font size, I'm going to increase a bit. I'm going to use LBUI font. Let's see, timer settings, yada 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 yada. I'm going to change the height of the bar to be like, maybe like that. Okay. Now I'm obviously going to change the color of the bar to match my theme going on. And there you go. I now have a working holy power bar, which is easy to see, and apparently I forgot a very crucial element to actually go into the trigger settings for my bar and say aura name Inquisition and spell it right. Okay. Let's be 111341 just to be sure. Okay, now I have a working Inquisition bar, which is very easy to see. Alright. And this is staple. What I've shown you with the Holy Power bar, you can do with any other combo points in the game. All you do is go to, let's say this thing, the trigger, type status, and then you'll go for like, you literally have combo points, chi powers. It's very self-explanatory in what you can put here. If I say new, just show you the progress texture, right? If I say aura Inquisition under the trigger, okay, Inquisition there, and I exit. That's how the progress texture works, okay? And you'll see it slowly kind of disappears or fades away as my Inquisition, is used. So I'm going to delete that quickly. What else is there? You can, get to show a 3D model from the game files if you're familiar with an add-on called NPC Scan. This is kind of the same thing. Okay, I can just select, if you have the ID for the character, then yeah. I don't really see much use for that in custom textures unless you're making an add-on for someone. The spell icon is the other thing I wanted to do. Okay. So now I'm going to make sure I'm showing all my stuff. On the left-hand side here, just below my my Inquisition bar, I'm going to say, okay, display, that's fine. It's an icon. So display, once you, the trigger. The aura name, what I'm going to do is, I think it's Surge of Strength. Okay, I want to make an aura for my trinket. I'm going to hover over this and get the exact spell ID because I don't like having the, I believe the Alliance picture there. I have the big orc arm. Okay, so now I have the icon for my trinket. My trinket's buff. It'll be loaded on Zinx, player class, Paladin, talent spec, Retribution. Okay, SOS. Now it's going to display like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the size of the text a bit. I'm going to change the font to LBUI font. And that is, I believe that might be stacks. I think I should change that to, I believe I had to change it, there we go. Under text, the same way we did at the progress bar, under text at the top here there's a percentage code thing. Now you can say, I'm going to say progress, because there aren't stacks involved in my surge of strength. There's only it's only a timer. So as you can see right there, my trinket procced, and I have the timer for how much of the time is left. Okay. Now you should also be able to make an icon for trigger, status, action usable, spell, maybe, I think it's that's not what I wanted. Okay. So I can have but now does this proc just gonna wait for my trinket to run out. No, okay, I'm wrong. Okay, so yeah, now we have seen how to create a combo point bar for your character, a progress bar for a buff that you need to have, that you need to maintain or need to see, as well as trinket procs and other procs. Okay, this isn't just for trinkets. This is for any special proc, like any dancing steel or whatnot. You can you put the bar up there. In fact, I might add one down here. But yeah, that is how to use weak ores. It's really a simple program. It's flipping amazing once you get used to it, and I highly recommend anybody to just play around with that, see what you can make. So thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, comment if you need anything, subscribe. I'm going to bring out more content as well, some more videos. The what was it, the user interface customization video is a very long one that will be uploaded soon, within the next couple days. It's going to take a very long time to upload, and so just be patient for that one. That's why I brought out the LVY ones so far in the weak ores thing, so you guys can get started with those. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in game.